On today's episode of Young Farmer, we sit down with the remarkable 21-year-old farmer who is redefining what youth in agriculture can achieve. Meet Lebogang Maheso, a young livestock farmer from Limpopo whose passion for farming started long before he finished matric in 2022. When he took over his family's struggling farm, he refused to give up. Instead, he launched the Lebo and Lerato farm projects, starting with pigs and expanding into high-quality boer, Savannah goats, bondsman cattle, and more. Lebo's story is one of determination, vision, and constant growth. Today, we unpack the journey of how a young man revived a farm, built a thriving livestock business, and continues to inspire young people across South Africa to believe in the power of agriculture. Hello, Lebo. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much for making time to come here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
Awesome. So, Lebo, tell us a little bit more about yourself. Tell us where you come from, where you grew up, and essentially how you knew that you love farming.
Okay. So, I'm actually from Hammanskraal. That's where our family is based from. And I actually grew up in Lephalale because it's where my dad was working and whatnot. So I know while growing up, actually my dad started the farm in 2004 and named it after me, Lebo and Lerato.
Nice.
And Lerato is actually my twin sister.
Oh, so you were twin?
Yes.
Nice.
So while growing up in Lephalale, on weekends, we used to go to the farm together and whatnot. So I could say I grew up in a farm, basically, okay. Yeah. So then let me just fast forward. And after matric, actually went to school. I tried going to school in Pretoria.
Okay.
After a month, I dropped out and I went back home. And then some family issues came by. My dad passed away and whatnot. And that's where I decided, well, no, let me take over the farm. But I didn't do it because my dad passed away or whatnot. It's because I grew up in it and I actually didn't know what to do. The plan I had was just farming. I didn't have any other plan.
Nice. So you mentioned that you went to Pretoria to, try school. Yes. What course did you try?
I would say just to get away from Lephalale and do something.
Okay.
Than staying at home and do nothing.
Okay. And then you realize, man, farming is where the heart is. It's all I know and I love it.
Yes.
That's awesome. So you took over the farm at a very young age and it was during a difficult time, right?
Yes.
What motivated you to keep going and just not stop? Because sometimes it does get hard. It's not easy. And especially if you're young, you don't have much knowledge of the world. What kept you going?
I think I would say it's the passion I had for it because, my passion for farming is really huge. It's not something I'd undermine because for me, if I didn't have this passion, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then tell me a little bit more about the actual farming operations that you guys do. Is it crops? Is it mixed farming? Is it only livestock? How does the farm day to day look like, and what do you guys specialize in?
Okay. In the beginning, it was only livestock.
Okay.
So planting would only do it for doing feeds and stuff and whatnot. So, but actually recently, it's this year, that's when I decided, let me start doing crops and whatnot. So then I started planting spinach And yeah, from June up until now, I've been selling spinach throughout the whole year.
Oh, nice. And what livestock do you guys have? I know that you guys do some piggery. Is
Yes.
that all that you do, or is there other, like, tell me a little bit more about the animals that you guys have on the
Okay,
farm.
we have cattle, and we have goats, we have sheep, we have pigs.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm also in the business of chickens,
Oh, nice.
of broilers. Yes.
Oh, wow. So with all these animals that you've mentioned, are they all for meat, or do you use them for other things like milk and...
Actually, for meat only.
Okay, including your chickens.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And then you mentioned that spinach you started this year in June, right? Is that something that you want to grow, or was it just like a cash crop that you needed, or are you now looking into also doing crop production and livestock?
I'm actually looking to do crop production.
Nice. And only spinach, or do you want to
I
expand?
want to expand.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
I want to expand at least. Actually, I want to plant things like cabbage, not only spinach, a lot of veggies and whatnot. Because what I noticed that there is a market, obviously. Yeah, and then, yeah. Let's say that.
Okay, and where's your market? Where do you sell all these? The meat for starters and the crops. You mentioned that there is a market, which is great. So where do you sell all your products?
Okay, with the meat, starting from the pigs.
Okay.
So we slaughter, and then these things I do them alone.
Okay.
So we slaughter, and then after that I take them and they go for cutting. I cut them, and after that I package them, and then I sell them. Usually I sell it by Eskom. There's a power station in Palale called Matimba. So that's where my dad had a company there. So I sell it to the workers there.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's quite easier because then you don't worry that people won't pay or not, because you could actually take it on working credit. You don't worry that people won't pay because we actually pull the money from their pay slips. So
Right.
it's quite better.
Nice. So your dad has definitely been such an anchor in all your operations and, growing you as a young man. Hey.
Yeah, he was actually my hero.
Oh, we love to hear that. So besides taking your produce to the Eskom plant there in the Palale, do you take any of your products to the Joburg market or fresh produce market, or maybe the Tshwane fresh produce market, or is it only in Limpopo?
No, with the meat it's only in the Popo.
Okay.
And we just I just sell to random people. They come and then they buy. It's not really a big market. So with the crops, I actually sell the crops in Kempton Park. There's a fruit and veg that I deliver to, and people on the streets. Yeah, that's where I deliver the spinach.
Oh, nice. So informal markets, like people that, like you're saying, the vendors and stuff, are also like one of your biggest client base.
Yes.
Oh, that's lovely. So you mentioned also that you were in between Hammanskraal and Lephalale. How did you manage traveling to the farm and making sure that the operations are operating and nothing is, you're not overlooking other things, but also making sure that, operations are doing well? How did you manage, that?
I'd say that was my biggest issue, but I grew into it. Now I'm not used to it. I drive maybe 2 times a month or something to go to Hammanskraal.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about how your day-to-day looks like. Do you live on the farm, or do you live in Hammanskraal? How do you balance the two?
In Hammanskraal, I live on the farm.
Okay.
So how do I balance it? What do you mean?
So where's your family based? Do you go to Lephalale on 1 week? Do you go to Hammanskraal the other week? How does it work?
Okay. In Hammanskraal, we have a family, but the farm is a bit far from where my family stays. So I stay in the farm alone with the workers, a few workers, obviously, and with the traveling, it's just something like I go there maybe twice or 3 times a month.
In Limpopo?
From Limpopo to Hammanskraal.
Okay. Okay. So just so I understand, do you have two farms, one in Limpopo, one in Hammanskraal?
In Limpopo, it's just a house.
Oh, it's a home.
Yeah, it's a home.
Okay, I see. And then you mentioned that you have some workers. Tell us a little bit more about that. Do you have employees? How many of them do you have? And what's your working relationship with them? Has it been positive? Are you guys growing?
With the workers, I actually have an issue with the workers because the one I have now, he's new there. Only came there around the beginning of November. So I had an issue. I had 3 workers there. So the workers there, workers, they won't always do what you tell them to do. So obviously we had a whole issue about it and then I sent them away.
Okay. So currently, do you have any people working?
Yes, I only have 1 now.
Okay. And as a young man, it's obviously not easy employing people, having people, like you say, do what you ask them to do so that the farm grows. How have you managed that? Like mentally, emotionally, do you ever ask for support, or is that something that you just handle on your own?
Actually, it was just something that I handled on my own. Even though it was a bit disrespectful towards them, but work is work. There's nothing you can do.
Right. And then what would you say is the kind of support you receive from your family? Are they helpful in your farming operations? Do they assist you? Sometimes it may not be like financially or them on the farm, but if you're feeling sad or you're stressed or, you need advice, does your family come in? Do they,
Actually, my family does support me. Yeah, they do support me, especially my twin sister.
Especially
my twin sister.
Oh, nice. Yes. And what does she do on the farm in terms of support?
Well, she never comes there. She never comes there, even though she's also passionate about it, but I think she's more into doing crops. The thing is that she's still in school.
Oh, okay.
And she's far. She's in Bloemfontein.
Okay. And then your elders, do you get any support from them or just your sister?
Just my sister.
Oh, nice. So you've made major improvements on, your livestock genetics. It started off with no structure. You were just kind of, build breeding, and currently you have very specific types of breeds that you have. Can you walk us through that journey and how it started versus where you are now?
Okay. Well, when it started, there was a lot of mixed breeds, and what I know about mixed breed is that doesn't have a lot of money, obviously, and the production it's a bit weak.
Okay.
So now I ended up taking a few of them, selling them, and then replacing them with the quality.
Right.
So that's basically what I did, even with the cows, even with the sheep, even with the pigs. Yeah. So that was the thing I did to get to the quality that I have now.
Right. And then looking at your expansion with all the different types of animals that you currently have, and now going into crop production, what are your expansion goals? Where do you see Lebo and Lerato Farm projects going into in the near future?
I actually think, with these livestock, these livestocks, I'm not really into them too much. I'm not really in a rush with them. Right now, I'm trying to pursue the chicken farming.
Okay.
Yes. Then once I'm stable with this chicken farming, because it's been an on and off thing, yeah. Once I'm stable with it, then I can start looking at other things like the other livestock.
And what's the spark or what's making you want to focus on the chicken? Like, what is it that interests you more than all the other types of animals?
It's mainly because where I stay in Lephalale,
Yes.
there's a big market for chicken.
Okay.
So while selling chicken, like I didn't usually sell a large number of chickens. So while selling, I could see, oh, no, I need to expand. So now, sometimes I could get into a big number, and then chicken farming is a bit difficult. Sometimes you get a loss, sometimes it's a bit tough. But I think we'll get there.
Definitely. So currently, how many chickens do you actually have?
We do, for now, we do 1,000
Oh,
a
wow.
month.
Oh, so you sell 1,000 chickens a month.
Month, yes.
And how much does that, like, ballpark figure, how much do you make from that?
Okay, that said, we sell one chicken 130 rand, just
Okay.
one. So if you have 1,000, you can just calculate it.
Wow, you making bank. That's lovely though. That's really inspiring. And then overall, with the chickens, with the livestock, with the crop production, what are your expenses on the farm? Like generally month to month, what would you say you pay to make sure all the operations are running, your employer is paid, you have petrol to travel through, the different provinces. What would you say are your monthly expenses?
They're around at least with 30, I could do something.
30,000.
I could do something.
So 30,000 plus minus would keep everything running and
Yes.
afloat.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then right now, what kind of support do you need as a young farmer? Is it things like training? Do you need financial support? Do you need equipment? What do you need to get your farm to the next level of your vision?
Well, the important one, I think, is training.
Okay.
Because this farming thing, I got into it just my general knowledge. I never went to school. I didn't learn anything. Yeah, so I think I need a bit of training.
And in terms of training, tell us a little bit more. Like, do you need training on how to grow crops, or maybe like the financial literacy part of managing a farm, or, what exactly in terms of training do you need?
I think, yeah, the financial literacy, and also the crop part. Because with crops, I only started this. I don't know anything about them. I'm just being helped by my workers, basically. Yeah.
Okay, so financial literacy and crop production is where you'd need training the most.
Yes.
Okay, so in terms of support, you mentioned you need training and, things like financial literacy or a course. With Young Farmer, we are passionate with, connecting young farmers with things that they need. As Young Farmer, what would you say is support that we could provide you to get your farm to the next step or the next level of your goal?
I think, like I said, if a young farmer could help me with maybe getting a course or something, and then learn something from that course, I think that will be quite helpful.
And mainly the course ideally to be in plant
Production. Yes.
Okay. And then since the first time that we featured you on our Friday feature appreciation post, have you received any business, any collaboration, any contact? Has there anything positive come out of that?
Yes, actually, because there's this. I think it's a cooperative that called me. I was in Hammanskraal at the time. They called me and they asked that they have learners who need to do practicals. So they asked for those learners to come to the farm and do those practicals there, and then we could help each other with something.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and also getting to have contacts. Knowing where to find what you need and stuff. It helped a lot, seriously.
That's awesome. And then, in your view, how would you say you mentioned that you are very passionate, which is something that keeps you motivated and anchored, but every day when you wake up, what's the one reason, or what's your why? Why do you keep on doing this? Is it for generational wealth? Is it for food security? Is it for what is it that keeps you going and that keeps you motivated?
Well, honestly, I'm young. I'm 25. I'm 21. So, in my perspective, the plan is that by 25, I need to be financially stable. Actually, I need to rest from all these farming and stuff. I need to be there, but not too much like I am now. So,
Right.
yeah.
So you just want to, like an early retirement.
Yeah,
is
early
all.
retirement, yeah.
Nice. And where do you see the farm going into? What are the goals for the farm? Let's say in the next 4 years, how big do you want your farm to be? How many like chickens do you want to be selling monthly? How many livestock do you want to have? What's the bigger vision here?
Well, speaking of the farm, well, I would like to expand my farm.
Okay.
I'd like to have a bigger farm, obviously, and with the chicken business, I would love to raise a large number, yeah, to the sky. Yeah, no limit.
So currently, how big is your farm, and what do you want it to grow to?
The farm is a 8 hectare farm, and even if it was a 50, it would be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then finally, in closing, what would you say to a young farmer out there looking at you today saying, you know what, I want to farm, but I don't even know where to start. I don't know how to do this. What motivation would you give them to go out there and get theirs?
Well, motivation. Well, I think just go out there. Well, sitting and asking yourself how to start and whatnot won't help you with anything. Well, talk to people, do something. Like, contact young farmer, talk to them. You'll find something. Yeah.
All right. And then in closing, do you have any last words that you want to, is there anyone special in your journey that has helped you is there anything that you want to say in closing?
Well, I would like to give a shout out to one friend of mine. His name is Pablo. Well, this guy. He motivates me because what he has, I don't have.
Okay.
And the passion I have, he wants that passion.
Okay.
And I want what he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is. So, but most of the time, I'm always with him. I'm always working with him. He's the one that shows me a lot of things and whatnot. And I show him there and there. Yeah, that's the thing.
Nice. So you guys complement each other in a positive way.
Yes, yes.
No, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Lebo. We appreciate you joining us, and we are so proud of all the work that you're doing. We can't wait for Lebo and the Rato Farm project to grow and surpass the sky.
Yeah, no. Hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us, Lebo. That was such an inspiring story, and we are so pleased to have you here. For any young farmers that want to learn how to farm, that want to be in the farming sector, want more information on how to do this, don't forget to follow us. Interact with us on all our social media pages, subscribe to our YouTube, and know that our DMs are always open for any questions that you guys have. But to continue being inspired by such stories as Yaga Lebo, just follow us. Thank you.